Hey guys, how's it going? jeppsforst here. And in this video, I'm going to give you guys a preview of both the NLCS and the ALCS. The NLCS between the Philadelphia Phillies against the San Francisco Giants, and the ALCS, the New York Yankees, versus the Texas Rangers. The Rangers and the Phillies have the home field advantage in this series. I'm going to do the NLCS first. So in Game 1, it's going to be Roy Halladay against Tim Lincecum. Game 2 is going to be Roy Oswalt against Matt Cain. And Game 3 is going to be Cole Hamels against Jonathan Sanchez. Now, all 6 of these starters are outstanding pitchers. All 6 of them have had winning records in the regular season, and none of them have an ERA above 3.43. No 6 of them have an ERA above 3.43 in the regular season, which shows you how outstanding these 6 pitchers are. I think both the Phillies and the Giants starting pitching is clear, both of them clear in a way, the 2 best pitching staffs in the MLB and the 2 best left. I still have to give the starting pitching staff edge to the Phillies, as they have 3 aces. The Giants have probably 2.5 aces, probably have 2 aces, as Cain and Sanchez are both outstanding pitchers, but I don't think either of them would be great aces. They could be aces on other teams, but with Tim Lincecum, they're not aces. But the Phillies have 3 aces, so I still have to give the starting pitching edge to the Phillies in this one, though I have a feeling this entire series is going to be very low run support. But now let's move into the bullpen. The Giants definitely have a better bullpen than the Phillies. Besides for Ryan Madson and Brad Lidge for the Phillies, their bullpen is really not that great. J.C. Romero, he can't find the strike zone this entire year. The Phillies have a decent bullpen, but it is not nearly as good as the Giants. The Giants win that matchup in the bullpen. Now let's move on to hitting. I think this is a clear one. The Phillies definitely have better hitting than the Giants. Giants are not known for their hitting. They are known for winning ball games with their pitching and their defense. And since the Phillies also have great pitching, I think that the pitching matchup basically cancels out in this one. It's going to come down to who can get more hits off of great pitchers and more runs off of great pitchers. So, like I said, I think this entire series is going to be low scoring, and I think the home field advantage is going to come into big in this series for the Phillies, as the Phillies normally do very well at home. I think the Phillies are going to win this series in 6. The series proving tougher than most people would think. Now let's move into the ALCS between the Yankees and the Rangers. Now, in this series, this is going to be interesting because Cliff Lee is not going to be able to pitch until Game 3. So that leaves the door open for the Yankees for the first 2 games of the series. Game 1 is going to be CC Sabathia against CJ Wilson. Game 2 has not been decided yet for who is starting. It could be Pettit. It could even be Burnett. We don't know. No, most likely not Burnett, but it could be Pettit. We don't know who's starting in that game. It has not been decided yet who's starting in Game 2. Game 3 is going to be Cliff Lee against somebody. We don't know who for the Yankees yet. Game 4, A.J. Burnett is going to start in Game 4 for the Yankees. So that's going to be a very key game for the Rangers because A.J. Burnett has not been very good this year. He's 10-15 with the over 5 ERA this year. He's either great or he's awful. So the starting pitching for this series has not been quite decided yet. But Game 1, CC Sabathia against CJ Wilson. Sabathia obviously is a clear favorite in this matchup. But CJ Wilson, he's underrated. He's 15-8 with a 3.35 ERA this year. He's the Rangers' number 2 pitcher, but he's a very, very good pitcher, and he will give the Rangers a chance to win in Game 1. Let's move on to hitting. I think the hitting is actually pretty even in this matchup. The Rangers have Josh Hamilton, MVP candidate. They have Ian Kinsler. I mean, the Rangers do have a pretty solid offensive team. But the Yankees also have a very good offensive team. They are getting up there in years, but they are still very good on offense. You have Tejera, you have Jeter, always clutch. You have A-Rod. I mean, the list goes on and on with the names. Some of those names are now bigger than their games. Their game has dropped off, but the Yankees are still a very good offensive team. and I think the offenses cancel out in this matchup. I think it's going to come down to pitching in the ALCS, and I think the Yankees have a better pitching staff. Except for Cliff Lee, the Yankees have a much better pitching staff. I think the games Cliff Lee pitches are the only games the Rangers are going to have a chance. I still think they're going to sneak out one where Cliff Lee doesn't pitch. I think the Yankees are going to win this series in 7 in tight series. So that would leave the rematch of the World Series of last year, the New York Yankees against the Philadelphia Phillies. And hey, anything can happen when those two teams play each other. Okay, guys, thank you for watching my NLCS and ALCS preview. Be sure to subscribe for more sports talk videos and more MLB 2010 playoff videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.